Hey, Kim, what is this I hear about you living in a fancy new condo building right about the metro stop? What happened? Did you move or something? I actually had no idea that you moved at all. I just heard the news recently. What kind of tricks did you use to land such an amazing place to live?
I didn't use any kind of trick, thank you very much. And yes, I guess now that you've heard the news, I may as well confirm for you that I have actually moved. I pay for that place, and so I get to live in it. It really is just that simple.
But what I want to know is how you can afford to pay the rent in a place like that. I just happened to be out in the city doing some shopping when I saw you go into that huge condo building. At first I thought I must have been seeing things, but it was really you, I'm sure of it.
Well, that would make sense, considering the fact that I am living there now. I told you earlier about how I was going to be getting married to my boyfriend, right? Well, we did that, and then we moved into this place to live together.
So then you've only been living there since you got married? Am I getting that right? Or am I just not understanding the situation correctly? And does that mean that it's your boyfriend who makes enough money to let you live there? Oh, that's amazing. I had no idea about any of this.
What do you mean? I'm not quite sure that I'm following what you're getting at with all of this. Care to explain to me a bit more about what it is that you're talking about?
I mean, how did a shabby, basic girl like you land such a great guy? That's what I'm trying to ask you here. It really is a pretty simple question when you think about it. I could only ever see you getting with someone on your level, but instead you managed to find a guy nice and rich enough to let you live in a big condo with him. Just how did you find a guy like that? That's all I'm really wanting to know with these questions. Could you just tell me how someone like you ended up with a man like him?
Okay, Mom, you really need to calm down for just a little bit. First of all, it isn't my husband who's paying for this place. I am.
Oh, please. Do you think I'm going to buy that? You really think I'm going to believe that the person who is paying the rent for you to live in a nice big condo isn't actually your husband, but it's really you? You've always been such a fussy girl, and you never even went to college. Do you really think that I'm going to believe that you can afford to rent at a place like that?
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? Because I have to say that I really don't think that I like the tone of your text and what it seems to be implying.
Oh, you've always been such a difficult girl to deal with, ever since you were little, do you know that? I was ready to send you to any of the best schools in the country, but you said that you wanted to start working already, so you did just that after high school. But I said fine, just as long as you live at home until you earn some savings. But then you just moved out and never came back. Do you have any idea how worried I was when you hardly ever called me? And now the only reason why I know where you're living now is just by complete chance.
You really haven't changed at all, have you, Mom? I mean, really, every single time that I try and give you the benefit of the doubt, you just always seem to find a way to make me regret my decision. It's clear that you've already made up your mind about what's going on in my life, and I don't see the point in saying anything more.
I just want to know how my no-good daughter ended up with such a good man. I don't understand why you need to make such a big deal out of things like this. Honestly, you really are just such a fussy child. Sometimes it's hard for me to believe that you're actually my daughter. Well, it sounds to me like he would have been better off marrying your little sister, Beth. She's just so much more down to earth and would make the perfect wife.
Excuse me? Did you really just say that? I can't believe that my own mother is talking to me like this. This is why we always end up getting in fights, Mom. I really don't understand why you can't just keep some of those thoughts to yourself.
Well, Beth is nothing like you. She was actually a good girl and very easy to deal with. Not to mention the fact that she actually listened to me and went to college when I offered it to her. And now she's my pride and joy who works for one of the largest companies in the country. If only she could find a man just as good as she is, then things would be perfect.
Oh, so you mean that your perfect other daughter still hasn't found a man? Of course you're more concerned about her than you are me. Maybe you should just find one for her since you've handed Beth everything else on a silver platter. I'm sure she would love to get married to whatever man you picked out for her.
I bet you think you're so clever talking to me like that. Well, you just wait until I do find a man for your sister. Because it's obvious to me that I can't count on you for anything. It's no wonder you'll never be truly happy. Hey, Kim, is now a good time to talk? I'm just wanting to ask you if everything's okay with you. Mom is grumbling about you a lot more than usual today, and I was wondering if something happened between the two of you?
Yes, we had a talk. More like a fight, but I'm used to it now. I mean, you know how her and I are. I just wish that we could get along and that she didn't feel the need to comment on my life all of the time. Is Mom really making that big of a deal of it back at the house? I really just don't even know how to handle her anymore. I do my best to be patient, but she just knows how to push my buttons in the right way, and then we always blow up on each other.
Well, she's stomping around and slamming things on the table and just kind of being a big baby. You know how she gets after she gets into a fight. I wish that she could have a little more self-control at her age, though. It's kind of embarrassing for her. And earlier she asked me if I wanted to find a boyfriend and then showed me all these pictures of guys who I guess she's ready to try and set me up with. She said something about having to one-up you and get married quickly. She said she wanted me to find a better husband than you as fast as I could. Can you believe that?
Oh geez, Mom really needs to learn to chill out sometimes. I wonder if she even realizes how she sounds saying those sort of things.
But I also heard from Mom that you and your husband have moved into this really cool condo building. I think that might have been what set it off for Mom. Not only did she not know you were married, but you married rich and didn't tell her.
Well, I'm just sorry that you're always getting sucked into this drama between Mom and I. I always feel bad for how much trouble I've probably caused you with all of this.
Kim, I really don't think you have anything to apologize for at all. In fact, if anything, I'm the one who should be worrying about you. I mean, I know you two are already legally married, but are you sure that you want to have your wedding be just the two of you?
Well, I don't really think that Mom would even want to come to something like that. And if I just invited you and Dad, then it would just be a mess for everyone involved. I've already explained about our family to my husband, and he says that he understands and is okay doing a tiny wedding with just us.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure with you. But in that case, I'll swing by sometime soon with your wedding present. Plus, I want to see this huge condo that you're living in now.
Yes, please. You have to come and see it. We're pretty busy still unpacking since we literally just moved in, but once we've got some of that done, I'd love for you to see it. You and your boyfriend are welcome here at any time.
I can't wait. Just let me know when's a good time to come over, okay? We have to have a little party to celebrate the new house and the wedding soon. Hello, Kim. I have something that I'd like to talk to you about, and I'm wondering if now is a good time.
Hello, Mom. This is a weird way for you to start up a conversation with me, but okay. What's up?
You really just want to cut to the chase, don't you? Okay then, Kim, I want you to let Beth marry your fiancé. It's clear to me that whoever this guy is, he's a better match for Beth than he is you.
You want me to let Beth marry my fiancé? You can't be serious about that.
I'm afraid I'm very serious, Kim. I've been searching all month for a man for Beth, but still haven't found one. But then I realized that I already know someone who knows a man with a good background and who makes money. You were just holding him for your sister this whole time, weren't you?
You really think that I'm going to go along with a word of what you're saying right now?
Well, of course you are. In fact, after doing some looking around, I think I do remember meeting this man of yours, even if I don't remember him that well. I'm pretty sure he wasn't a fatty, and I believe he also went to a pretty good school, too.
I suppose both of those things are true, yes.
Plus, he must be young and have enough money to afford living in a luxury condo, so I just know he'd be perfect for Beth.
Mom, do you know that Beth is already engaged to be married, right?
Wait, what? What do you mean? How dare you try and bring your little sister down to your rotten level? Unlike you, Beth understands that I'm always right about whatever I say. There's no way that she would be like you and just not tell me she was engaged.
Do you really think that Beth is some kind of mindless drone who just follows your orders? And do you really think it's okay to force your kids to go to a college they don't want to and work in a field they dislike?
You have no idea what you're talking about. It's the job of a good parent to guide their children to success.
That's not what I think is happening here.
Well, that explains why you are the way you are. But if a child wants to grow up into a happy adult, then they need to do everything that their parents tell them to. And if they don't, then they end up a problem child like you. That's why I tell people that I only have one daughter, and it's Beth.
I see. So you don't even think of me as your daughter anymore.
Of course not. And I also don't think that you should be with a guy as good as you are. You didn't go to college, now you're just marrying rich to get out of having to find a real job. I'm sure that whoever this man is, that he'll regret being with you very soon.
And just what makes you think that, huh?
Let me guess, after you two got married, you quit whatever little part-time job you had just to be a housewife. And now you just lie around doing nothing all day while you make your poor husband do all the hard work. I just know that there isn't a man alive who can stand being with a woman who acts like that. That's why it's better for everyone involved if you just hand him over to your sister.
Hold on a second. Just why do you think that I'm not working and living off of my husband? Do you even realize how hurtful some of these assumptions are?
Do you think I really care about how you feel when it comes to any of this? The only thing that I care about right now is making sure that my real daughter is happy. And I know that she won't be happy until she has a husband who's as good as she is. That's why you need to give up your man for her. I really don't understand why you have to insist on being such a bad older sister. Don't you know that your sister needs a man? You have a perfectly good one lying around, and it's not like you're going to make the best of being married to him, so just give it up.
I don't even know why I bother wasting my time when I know you're not going to listen. Although I just have to say that I can't believe you would literally try to steal one daughter's groom to give to another.
Well, if you don't want me to take him from you, then you better just give him up. The options that you have before you are clear, and it is high time that you stop all of this stalling and make up your mind. A no-good brat like you doesn't deserve to have someone so great. When are you finally going to understand that you don't deserve anything good at all? You have never done anything to earn any of what you have now, and we both know it.
Actually, my husband did graduate near the top of his class at a great university, but he certainly isn't rich. So I don't understand why you think I married him for something that he doesn't have. Although, if you really want, I guess I can just do what you say and hand him over.
Wait a minute, what do you mean he isn't rich? I thought that the man that you married was rich, and that was the whole reason why you decided to marry him in the first place. He's paying for you both to live in that huge condo. He must make a ton of money. You told me that he was paying for you both to live there. I mean, I know that you lied to me and said that you were paying for it, but I knew that was a lie, and you were just trying to make me respect you like you always pathetically do.
I told you already that I'm the one who pays for the condo. I told you that, and you just refused to listen to me. I'm sorry that you thought I was lying to you about it, but of course I wasn't doing that. Meanwhile, he works as a freelancer, and the amount of money he brings in can really depend on the month. So that's why I pay the rent and utilities. It really is just that simple, and I don't know why you can't seem to wrap your head around this very simple reality.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh, please tell me that this is some kind of joke. I mean, you can't be serious about this, right?
And in exchange, he takes care of all the housework for us. We have a really good thing set up, and our relationship isn't just based on money. So I wish you would stop trying to make this about money.
You've got to be lying to me. If he really went to a good school, then how could he not make that much money? You've always been a little liar ever since you were little, and you're doing it again now. You're the one who doesn't make that much money. I know it. You're just lying because you don't want me to take away your man. You really are a terrible daughter. Do you know that?
I told you that you wouldn't believe me no matter what I said. But okay, why don't you try searching my name online and see what comes up? I assume it won't be hard for you to find the business that I'm running, as well as my picture on the board of directors page. Maybe that will make you finally believe what I'm telling you.
Hold on a second. You're managing a company? Someone who doesn't even have a college degree is running a company?
Well, it's actually always been my dream to be a company president ever since I was little. But you said that that wasn't a good job for a woman to have, and you never showed me any support. That's why, after I graduated high school, I wanted to go out and get some real experience. Luckily, I found a job in my field and used that as a jumping-off point to build my career. And now, I run a company and live in a huge condo.
This has got to be some sort of sick joke, right?
I've told you 3 times now that I'm the one who's paying rent, so I'll keep the house. But if you really want my freelancer, I guess I can hand him over to Beth. She might even be happy to finally be getting married.
Wait a second. That means that this man isn't a good fit for Beth at all. He might have a good education, but if he doesn't make money, then all that will do is cause trouble for Beth in the future.
But unlike me, Beth is brilliant, remember? She's your pride and joy, the only daughter you admit to having. She doesn't need a man to provide for her, don't you think? Anyways, I'll tell my man that he needs to start packing his bags, I guess.
Kim? Oh my gosh, you totally took me by surprise. I mean, your husband was just in my house and told me that he'd come to marry me. You should have messaged me sooner so I knew that this was all a prank. Took me a while to figure out what was actually going on.
Oh man, I'm really sorry, but that's too funny. But you're right, I was at work though, and I couldn't give you a call, so I'm sorry about that. I knew you would be able to figure it out on your own though, so I wasn't that worried.
Well, you're lucky I caught on because I talked to Fred and then I told Mom I was moving out. I told her we were going to get married, but we're just waiting in a cafe now.
You mean you went along with it? Thank you so much, Beth.
You don't need to thank me. I actually used this to my advantage as well, you know.
Oh, really? How did you do that?
Well, this was finally my excuse to move out of the house. So I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to have to borrow your husband for a little while longer. He's going to help me make it so I move out of my mom's place permanently.
You mean you really want to move out?
I've wanted to for a long time, actually. But, you know, Mom, she would never allow it. She was always so worried something would happen to me if I left the house by myself. I tried asking Dad to talk some sense into Mom, but she wasn't having any of it.
I had no idea she had gotten that bad.
But now this is my chance to finally escape. And you already told her that Fred is a freelancer and that you own the condo, right? I bet that means that Mom is going to be really against me marrying this guy. I'm going to use that as my ticket out of here.
You mean you're really going to run off with my husband for a while?
Well, I'm going to let Mom think that until she gives up. Even though she'll be against the wedding, I'll tell her that we're madly in love and that we're eloping far away.
Well, it doesn't sound like the worst idea I've ever heard. In fact, knowing how sensitive Mom is about her reputation, I'm sure that she wouldn't tell a soul about this given how scandalous this all sounds. If there's anything you want me to do to make it more convincing, just let me know.
I'll tell Mom that we're eloping, and as soon as I find a place to live, I'll give Fred back to you. So hopefully this won't take more than a day or two.
If that's how long you need him for, then you've got him. Maybe the 3 of us can meet up and look for a place for you. My work is finally settling down, and I think I should be able to take some time off.
That would be amazing if you could help me. I'll send you the address for the cafe. Just look for Fred and I. Kim, what are we going to do? Your sister's run off and she hasn't come back. She told me that she was going to marry your fiancé and then ran off, and that was yesterday.
I guess Beth isn't the good, obedient girl you thought she was.
I don't know what's gotten into her. We can't let her marry this man. It'll be horrible for her. You have to get a hold of her and tell her that I made a mistake in choosing him for her. She said that she fell in love with Fred at first sight, and I think they ran off to get married.
Wow, so things moved pretty quickly for them, I guess. I never knew that Beth was that kind of girl.
Oh, this isn't the time to be joking. We have to do something.
I think that you should probably just respect the wishes of your daughter and let her have this, don't you think?
What are you talking about? Don't you know how embarrassing it will be for me to tell people my golden girl ran off with her sister's fiancé?
Well, I guess I'm glad you have your priorities straight.
You don't understand. All my neighbors just love Beth and talk about what an amazing girl she is. How am I supposed to face them now?
But isn't the happiness of your favorite daughter more important than anything else?
I got it. How about you come here to live with me and then I tell everyone about how amazing my other daughter is?
Yeah, no, that sounds like a horrible decision for me. Besides, you already made it very clear to me that you don't think of me as your daughter. And now, thanks to your meddling in our lives, you've lost both your daughters. Send Dad my love. In the end, Beth never came back, and Mom only became more ashamed of what had happened. She stopped talking to all her neighbors and even stopped leaving the house. Beth explained the truth of what happened to our dad and asked him to keep our secret. He understood and agreed, and after that, Fred and I were finally able to have our tiny wedding. Meanwhile, Beth is living her dream of an independent life and was overjoyed at the realization that she would get to decorate her apartment however she liked.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.